So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Professor Carraro, for the opportunity to present this study on adiponectin and neuromuscular electrical stimulation. Adiponectin is an adipokine secreted by adipose tissue, and it is already explained, adiponectin has a key role in metabolic regulation. Indeed, it enhances insulin sensitivity and fatty oxide oxidation, and adiponectin levels are reduced in obesity and type 2 diabetes, which is the reason why it is considered as a marker of metabolic health. It is well established that regular exercise, in particular aerobic exercise, can improve adiponectin levels in blood. And there are stronger evidence in obese and type 2 diabetes individuals. A small amount of literature has been published in healthy individuals with less pronounced effect induced by exercise. As regards the acute effect of exercise, the literature is inconsistent, with studies reporting increases immediately after a single session of exercise, other studies decreases, and others no change. To date, no studies have investigated the effect of a training program combined with neuromuscular electrical stimulation on adiponectin levels. Previous studies have investigated the effect of neuromuscular electrical stimulation alone, so passive neuromuscular electrical stimulation, reporting a decrease immediately after a single session in adiponectin levels, and an increase after several sessions of neuromuscular electrical stimulation. So the aim of this study was to investigate the acute and chronic effects of moderate interval training with and without adaptive functional electrical stimulation on circulating adiponectin levels in healthy individuals. We recruited 16 participants, all males from 20 to 55 years. They were trained, and they were randomly allocated into two groups, the control and the experimental group, matched for VO2 max and training level. I want to explain again the training protocol because it was exactly the same that my colleague Vukai has already explained. So here are the results. In the first training session, the adiponectin levels increased significantly immediately after the exercise session in both groups. However, only in the experimental group, the adiponectin levels remained high at 24 hours post-exercise. In both groups, the adiponectin levels returned to baseline 48 hours post-session. In the last training session, the adiponectin levels increased significantly 15 minutes post-exercise and remain elevated 24 hours post-exercise in both groups. The comparison between groups revealed that the experimental group in blue had higher values compared to the control group at 24 hours post-exercise in the first training session. And at a baseline 15 minutes and 24 hours post-exercise in the last training session after 6 weeks of training. And finally, as regard the chronic effect of exercise, we can observe that after 6 weeks of training in the experimental group, the adiponectin levels increased significantly at a baseline 15 minutes and 24 hours post-exercise, and in the control group only after 24 hours post-exercise. Based on these findings, we can conclude that the addition of neuromuscular electrical stimulation to an interval training at moderate intensity amplified the acute and chronic adiponectin responses in healthy individuals. And although the high levels, 15 minutes post-exercise, may reflect an exercise-induced hemoconcentration, the delayed increase at 24 hours post-exercise may support the hypothesis that the adiponectin requires time and may involve transcriptional mechanism rather than a rapid and immediate release. And considering that we observed these results, these effects in healthy and trained individuals, where usually the effect of exercise are less pronounced, it would be interesting to evaluate the effects of combined neuromuscular electrical stimulation with training exercise in obese and insulin-resistant population, because it could be a potential strategy to manage metabolic health and improve metabolic health. I would like to thank my research group, Professor Daniela Tavian, and all my collaborators, and thank you for the attention.